Hey everyone, I hope that you are doing well. Hope you enjoy the day today. Stay safe. So let's talk about it. As you can see the article on the screen, Black women's unemployment is rising. Economists say it's a warning sign. So the new data released Thursday, not this Thursday, from the Bureau of Labor Statistics marked the third straight month of high unemployment rates for Black women. The third straight month of high unemployment rates. It says Black workers and particularly Black women show up as a canary in the coal mine, giving a picture of what may happen to everyone else later, Fulton said. So yeah, it's not good news. So it's happening to us. It'll trickle down. It says unemployment rates over the past year have remained largely steady for every group of workers but one, Black women, whose unemployment rates have been rising. For the past 3 months, that increase has been even more pronounced, with Black women's unemployment rate hovering at 6%, twice the rate of white workers, according to the new data released Thursday from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Again, it wasn't not today, because today is Wednesday. It's a trend that has been troubling economists and a potential sign of strain in the economy. Because of systemic racism and inequities in the labor market, any cracks in the strength of the overall economy always show up for Black workers first, said Jessica Fulton, a senior fellow at the Joint Center for Political and Economic Studies, a think tank focused on Black Americans. Black workers, and particularly Black women, they show up as a canary in the coal mine, giving a picture of what may happen to everyone else later, Fulton said. Over the past several months, Black women's unemployment rate has jumped from 5.1% in March to 6.1% in April, 6.2% in May, and 5.8% in June. The unemployment rate among white women and Asian women stayed largely flat, around 3% from March to June. And among Latinos, it hovered around 5% in that time period. The rate for every racial subgroup of men stayed flat during that time, except Black men, who last month saw a significant increase, 6.9% from 5.2% in May. Wow. So we're at 6.2% for Black women, 6.9% for Black men. This is why it boggles my mind in this community that when someone has the inkling, just a little hint of trying to build something, there's always friction. Simple things, can't get along. It boggles my mind. Last hired, first fired. Talk about old news. You know how people say you do a video and they'll go, oh, that's old. That video is old, and so is stupidity, ignorance, and high unemployment in the community. That's old. But that's a different video. That's old. When the economy gets bad, basically from what I see, my opinion, the jobs, non-existent. They're not there. And especially if you had good paying jobs. Good paying jobs, not there. And I've seen this among some Black professionals. They say, oh, yeah, well, I have a master's. I'm more than qualified. And do you really think because you have a master's degree that you show up, they're going to go ahead and just pick you? One girl went for a part-time job, and she was like, oh my gosh, for that part-time job, 200 people signed up for it. So when the economy gets bad, I hate to tell you, and I'm not downgrading you, other people understand the importance of resources. Sometimes we see things through rose-colored glasses. Well, I've got this. Other people understand group economics. Other people understand cultural preservation. So you can have a master's degree as a melanated person, and a non-melanated person can have a high school diploma, and they still might get the job over you. That's what it is. And guess what? That's old. But here's the meaning. Here's something that's not meaning, but more concerning. We do understand that Black women are 84% of breadwinners in their community. You do understand that. You understand that Black women, they carry themselves, They're the sole provider for themselves, most cases, even their children, and sometimes even their mothers and their man. So newsflash, especially, and I find, like I said, there are so many disturbing factors. There are cultures within cultures, but we have to admit, I know some of us are like, oh, you always saying what's wrong because you do a whole lot of wrong. There are cultures within cultures. Look at Carnival Cruise. That's a good example. Why? Some wrong is going on. There are cultures within cultures. And if I find disturbing that you really have some men, no other group I've seen this at this rate do this. So they'll say, oh, look what's happening. Oh, they're becoming homeless. Oh, look, they can't find jobs. Well, you do understand this. For an ignorant person that engages in that behavior, you do understand if black women are suffering from high unemployment, guess what? The men already suffer. Some of these men are not even employable. Some of them haven't even worked when the economy is good. So guess what? We're led by a matriarch. If the black woman goes down, the whole community goes down. If a black woman goes down, there's a many black men that won't eat or will be put out on the street because he's depending on her. Again, we're led by a matriarch. Black women are carrying the community on their shoulders. So if she goes down, the community goes down. What do you think some of the men that are relying on the, don't forget, we're 84% of the breadwinners. 84% of the breadwinners. So what do you think is going to happen to those men that are with those women? Some of those men are going to run. We've seen that. How many women I've seen on YouTube, on TikTok, we already know. She gets evicted, and what does he do? Run. Might run back home to his mother, grandmother, or the other baby mama that's employable. And of course, sometimes lots of esteem queen, they'll just take in, just be black and breathing, and they'll just take the man in. So if black women who are 84% of the breadwinners, that means it's going to have a very negative effect on black men because a lot of them are depending on black women. Remember the video I did where the man said, he said, if it wasn't for black women, many of them wouldn't have a place to stay. Bet. I totally concur. So if she goes down, the community will go down. Let me guess, you think those men are going to go out there and say, you know what? My baby mother has been supporting me, or my mother or my grandma. They've been supporting me. I'm going to go out there and get a job. That's a joke. So what will happen? Crime will increase. Oh, yes. They're not going to go out there. Get a job doing what? Get a job with whom? That, I guarantee you, crime will increase. Because, see, here's the problem with being 84% of the breadwinners. You have men that are looking to women, and that's become their norm, the expectation. So when things get tough, what's going to also go up is DV, domestic violence, family violence. So when things get tough, he's been used to her sitting up here and taking care of him. What do you mean? Like a child. What do you mean I don't get my allowance? What do you mean? I don't understand what you're talking about. He gets so used to it that it becomes his norm. Heaven forbid you expect a man to fend for himself. I beg your pardon, darling. Not used to doing that. So what do you really think? Let's not pretend. What do you really expect those men to do? Go out there and make it happen, Captain? I see an increase in DV. And that happens across the board in every culture. Watch. During the pandemic, what happened? They said DV cases rose, you think? People at home, everybody's at home and crowded, and then money gets tight. So what is going to happen? If she goes down, the community goes down. We're going to have more crime because a lot of these men, they're used to being taken care of by their women. They're takers. Take. And now you're saying, what? Oh, you're not going to get out there and go hit it and make it happen. He's going to go, what do they say? Get it how he can get it. It's going to be more crime. More domestic violence. Hate to tell you, I did the video on Patreon. Will the mammies cause more black women to die? You darn straight. They've been taking care of men, so those men to go out there in their community and attack people that look like them. They're going to attack the breadwinner, the 84%, the black woman. Some of these mammies, it's sorry to say, I'm afraid they're going to be a victim of domestic violence. Why? Used to catering these men. Used to catering to them, calling them and taking care of them, and then you don't. A lady did that. Young woman. She was a victim of the layoffs, and what did she do? She had been paying for herself and the child, and he was doing absolutely 100% dust bucket nothing. Oh, so what does she think? Ma'am, please stop playing. She went ahead and tried to put him on Front Street and started saying, hey, I've been holding us down. You've never paid child support, blah, 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 blah. I lost my job. Now I need some help. So she approached her man with that, and he knows, of course, if you don't pay the child support, you put that order in, he doesn't pay it, you go to court, and I guess at some point you can get arrested, license suspended. Now your name goes from Peter Pan or Javante Jones to inmate number 587941. So she called herself, I'm going to be equitable. I've been holding it down. Now it's your turn. He turned violent. What not to do in these trying times? Why do you think I've been saying don't carry the seed of poverty, D? So high unemployment. I said before all this happened, people are probably thinking, oh, I have a plan. Oh, when it gets bad, then I'm going to sign up for a government program. I already told you before they made the cuts. I already said the programs that you're counting on to be there are not going to be there. And now here we are. I said this early on the channel. You may think, oh, I got this. Been telling you, don't carry the seed of poverty. The worst thing you can do right now is carry the seed of poverty. You're going to be on your own. It's going to be no. Been telling you. I've been saying, going to starve you out. They're going to starve you out. And then when you think, oh, I got it under control, I'm going to sign up for a government program. I already told you. And the program that you're counting on is not going to be there. I already said it. And now look, I've been said that. I said it earlier on my channel. The programs that you're counting on, or you think you got it under control, I said a program is not going to be there. And now look, Section 8 cut, food stamps cut, Medicaid, Medicare. So then what's going to happen then? If they're cutting people off the programs, you have to be delusional if they're going to be having people get on. Some places have got a 5-year, or I've even heard of crazy, a 7-year waiting list. Are you kidding me? 7 years? So the black woman's unemployment rising. If she goes down, the community goes down. That's what's up. And what I'm saying, those things will also happen in other communities. But this right here, we're going to hit it first. I do believe. We already have a high rate of femicide. It'll get higher. What Tupac said, the race of babies that'll hate the ladies. And then you can't tell us anything. Oh, I noticed that. And I'm going to say this in the spirit of love. I know this is going to probably make some people mad, and it's okay, but I'm not going to lie to you. Honey, if you sitting up here, let's say you are a size 12 and you want to buy a size 2 dress. This dress is so cute. It's on sale, but it's a size 2. I am sorry to tell you, maybe you're so-called, I'm not going to lie to you and say, well, girl, go ahead and buy that dress. You're going to look good. If you're a size 6 and you're trying to buy a size 2 dress because it's so cute and so on, it's on sale, I'm not gonna lie to you and say, girl, go ahead and go for it. I'm gonna give it to you straight. Feel for the dream, sis. It ain't gonna happen. That's why it's so important. In this community, it's so important to listen. It's so important to not get so emotional and be able to listen to a different point of view. It's so important. I've already said it's gonna happen. The programs you're looking for to have your back are not gonna be there, and now look. Black women are gonna need each other more so than any time. Seriously. If now and it's going to get worse. I just saw a report how black women need that like a community to step in. Why? Because everybody sees you're on your own. So when I say don't carry the seed of poverty, I know what I'm talking about. Oh yes, I do. When I tell you you deserve to be married and not a baby mother, you know what one girl said. I'm so tired of simply say running her mouth. And there's some men and women right now. I can tell you myself going through a hard time, a challenging time. It's been so much going on behind the screen. I'm sorry to tell you, some of you can't even walk in my shoes. You have no idea, and I really can't say. Next 2 weeks, something is coming up. Oh, Jesus, take the wheel. Took a long journey to get here. It may work out for me, it may not. Again, it may work out and it may not. I just want to get it over with. But I can tell you, while you're handling some things, it's nice to have a spouse, a partner, to help take care of some financial things while you do what you need to do. Makes it a little less stressful to say, hey, I got your back. Do what you think. I got it. And you think when someone tells you that's what you deserve because what your mama did, your grandmother did, yeah, how'd that turn out? Sitting up here willing to fight for a fatherless home, fighting for the seed of poverty, and they wouldn't fight for you. Fighting for a concept that keeps you in poverty. Those kind not gonna make it. I'm sorry, not gonna make it. And you're gonna have black women that under the sisterhood is so fractured, all the jealousy and hatred. That's why you're gonna have small groups of people right now with everything going down. I can promise you, whenever a situation like this happens, there's always someone who's able to think outside the box, might be able to listen to a different point of view. Somebody somewhere is going to escape this. Guess what? They're going to come out on the better end because you know what? They are planning, they are thinking, not sitting up here. Well, I don't want to hear all that. Somebody somewhere is finding a way out. And when they do, guess what? It's going to be crickets. I'm not going to get online and just tell everybody what they're doing. No, because you already know it's going to be some haterade. And what's going to happen, it's always like this. Someone somewhere is going to emerge victorious. They're going to come up with a business idea, going to get to the grind. They're not going to be on social media all day just he and laugh until the lights come off. Uh-oh. Can't laugh with those lights turned off, no electricity. They're going to be hitting that grind. And then guess what? They are creating for themselves as we speak a light at the end of the tunnel. But when you have a closed-minded individual, those kind not gonna make it. And here's the sad thing about it. When you have that, I can guarantee you right now, the people that are doing that, especially in our community, they're not trying to hear about you and your problem. You want to come up here and, so now you want to roll up. They know it's going to be only one thing you're good for doing. You're trying to come up here and get somebody resources, and they're not trying to have it. So when you don't have the ability to listen, you think you know everything, something different, you better go into attack mode, attack. That's gonna be your end. There is somebody right now, out of all this going on, she may looking dismayed. She's sitting up planning. That's what she's doing, sitting up planning. And so then when it goes down, you look up, oh, I haven't heard from so-and-so. Oh, she always talking about this. I don't want to hear about that, girl. I don't want to hear about all of that. Good luck, buttercup. The one who doesn't want to listen, that's going to be the one who's going to be escaping one of poverty. So like I said, I already told you, going to get starved out. And if you think, oh, well, I got this and got that. No, listen, it's like basically people can't find a job. Look what's happening right now. So for this community, oh yeah, trust and believe. If the black woman goes down, the whole community goes down. And black women are going to need each other's help more than ever. But the sisterhood is so fractured. Again, 84% of the breadwinners, if she goes down, if the black woman goes down, wow, the whole community will go down. And you can sing so, and I'm not averse to religion and prayer, definitely not. But all this right here, something that's the lazy way. Oh, I'm gonna pray about it, okay, and then what? Well, I'm gonna pray, okay, and then what? What is gonna do besides that? You have to have an action behind it. Gotta have an action behind it. So what this means, high unemployment rate for Black women, the one who's deemed 84% of the breadwinners in the community, the foundation is already fractured. And a fractured foundation, oh, it can get worse. You ever heard of a sinkhole? Google it, YouTube it. You ever heard a house in a sinkhole? Ever heard of a house in a sinkhole? You know what happens. So yeah, 160,000 jobs lost, what, back in April? And the thing, and I've seen a man, I thought about it, they're happy to see this, so ignorant. But we're gonna, that's a different video. The community is basically, it'll collapse. It will collapse. She is the foundation. She holding it up. Again, so if Black women go down, the whole community will go down. Let me know what y'all think. Thanks for watching. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share.